Hello, this is Jer. This is the Nightmare series of Oxygen Not Included. I'm on the radioactive ocean asteroid that is metal poor and has a frozen core. Absolutely terrible place to be. As if it wasn't bad enough, all the game settings are on the maximum hardness, and we don't have teleportation or care packages. Enjoy! Welcome back. So we're starting off just removing some of the old pipes from electrolyzers and that around here. And we're going to move this guy. So I've got a thermo aquatuner. Now that's causing me to have a bit of steam turbines here, and dudes are getting their feet wet when they go across. I'm thinking, let's move this down here out of the way. But because that produces lots of heat, I'm going to turn that into things I can use for my recreational buildings. I start this whole thing off by building a ladder system going up and down this area. Let's put a flooring that goes all the way across. It's going to be a little difficult to build down here, so I'm going to actually bring in a few gas masks for some little construction. Now, last episode, I did make this new oxygen system. So we're pushing in water and obviously pushing out lots of oxygen. So over time, I should have a pressure go up inside the base itself. We should stop seeing as much hydrogen dots everywhere. Now that actually might not work out the best because we're not giving a lot of oxygen over here. Hold on, I might actually hold off. And instead, how about we put in a carbon dioxide skimmer maybe? I know what we can do. Just push oxygen in here. If we're able to anyway. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put in a thermo aquatuner right here. That's going to do some base cooling. We also want to bring in some steam, so we're going to make some recreational buildings up here, one of which is our sauna. So I actually might make 2 saunas. How about we go for, let's see, right here and here. So the idea is we want to store some steam in this guy and push that up and out over here. We'll put a ladder to get up. Do some construction in here. And this thermo aquatuner is going to produce some heat, so that'll make sure the steam stays nice and hot. But we don't want it to get too hot. So we'll have a steam turbine just to make sure it stays at the appropriate temperature. So maybe what I'll do is I'll have this drain out here. And somewheres we'll take the temperature. Maybe right about here. And if it gets too hot, and only if it gets too hot, we'll do some cooling. So I'm just bringing in the cooling line. So we've got that going around the base here. Instead of taking its cooling from over here, eventually we're going to be feeding it in. So it goes down this way. It's going to go into this machine. If it can't make it, or if the machine's not on, rather, that will jump over that. We'll have this guy go up like that. And just looking at this, I think these are going to be insulated. So we better make sure we have this as insulated tiles. Let's put in some of the gas piping. I'm going to be going from this guy here and up and visiting these machines. And the idea is I'll want to obviously be on insulated pipes over here. We have a return path going down like this, insulated on that last tile, and then once we're in the steam area, we can just go back to that. The other bit is we're going to do some good insulation out of ceramic for these two tiles. Gonna have some way of adding steam in, so that's going to be with the gas pump. Do that right there. And then close off around this hot steaming area. And I'm going to put some logic in to turn that pump off when there's enough steam in this machine. I think this is going to be one case where I don't try to get a heavy watt wire system in here. Instead, I'm going to bring in a large transformer. We'll do that down here. And then we'll take, let's see, some steel like that. Like this. And I guess lead on this side would be fine. So this is how I'm going to power these machines. Take some heavy watt wire up through here. Won't connect it just yet. So opening up this area, this is going to be designed for keeping a tub warm. So we're going to take some of the hot steam here and use that as a heat transfer mechanism between here and making sure the water that goes into the tub is nice and warm in the future. We also need a way to send water out. I'm going to dump that out right here. So I've added a gas shutoff. And my thinking is I want to minimize the amount of time I get gas up in this zone. If it turns to liquid, it's going to break in the pipes. It'll add some heat in that. Now, if I had the ability to connect this guy up with logic to simply say I need some steam, that would be really nice. But I think what I'm going to do instead is try relying on this liquid pipe element sensor and this gas pipe element sensor, both made out of steel. And my thinking is if I detect water going down here, that must mean that I need to push up some steam. But if steam goes in here and is completely filled these two, it's going to make its way down here. So if this element sensor picks it up, that means I need to stop sending it. And I don't use this often, or hardly at all, but I'm going to use a memory toggle here for this. Let me just, and I'm also going to do it out here where, because if I build it down here, if I do something wrong, which could very well be the case, it's more difficult to get into this zone versus out here. So that's why I'm doing it out here. Anyway, let's connect this guy up. We're going to have, let's see, make the steel there. Lead going up. So this part is the easy bit. The output of this thing, that's simply just going to go into this and tell that gas shut off to be either on or off. Then we've got the setting and then the resetting. So let me think about this. I want this to set as in the pump or the gas starts pushing in once we receive water. So that's going to be this guy here. Going into this, I can already see that I'm going to need to have a jump. We'll go this way around. And this is going to be the reset. Basically, you start seeing some steam, that means you need to reset things. I might want a manual override just to get things started for the very first load. Alright, hoping that's going to do the trick. Let's make sure I've got things set here. So this is detecting water. And this guy is detecting steam. So here's the next part of my plan. I've got a liquid reservoir. We're going to be sending water up into this guy. Now, unlike this setup where I'm very nervous about hot steam going through pipes, I'm not so much nervous on this end. But I will do some basic insulation right here. And then regular pipe going down like that. Now, we've got this door set up with a temperature checking here. So if we need a little bit of heat, I'm going to dump some water right here. This door will be closed. This hot steam will warm up the door. That'll warm up this. Water going around. That'll make sure that the temperature of the water that goes in our tub is at the appropriate value. So water's going to make its way through here. We've got some conductive pipes. And it jumps up to here just so that we can get a priority order of water from the tub going into this guy. I'd like to put some carpeted tiles in if I can. Actually, let's check where the dupe would actually... No, I want to have that as insulated tile just because we've got that hot pipe going through it. But what I'm going to do as well is make a vacuum down here. And that's going to make it so that I won't have to worry about at least this water that's going to sit in here heating up this area. There'll be a vacuum area to take care of that. So let's put that in now before we forget. Is I'll bring a conductive wire down across like that. So maybe even run this through the floor. Now, that being the case, other than these two tiles, that's the only ones that I really need to insulate. We'll put in some gold tiles. Now, over here... Technically, why don't we do some carpeted tiles here and here? Actually, this works out perfect because that's going to be on the center. I think we might be able to do it. Let's. Oh, hold on. We need to seal this off first. Then we'll seal off down here. Everything plugged in. Okay, that looks good. So a ways back, I built this little area to bring it down heavy wire line. But if I'm going to have recreational rooms up here as I plan to, probably don't want to do that. So what I'm doing is building a little area here to get some heavy wire area through with a vacuum in between. Just before I seal this off, I'm trying to get rid of this liquid, so opened up this area for some water to fall down, then we'll do some mopping up. So we've discovered a new asteroid here. I don't think there's going to be much point in sending a rover down with all this obsidian and hot material, but yeah, let's continue on then. Let's just make sure 13, if I go over here, so that's going to be, actually, will I have enough to get back? 4, and then I think we'd be, can I do this though? 5, and then I'll have, it's not looking too great. Well, I'll at least go to see what that guy is. Dumping some water into this chamber. While I'm waiting for some of this water to load down here,
decided to put a vent down here. Otherwise, I feel water's going to flow over like that. But putting in a wind tube. So we're going to have a heavy watt wire right in here. And I think I'm going to seal off around here, giving in a little bit of decoration, rather. But yeah, I'll plant some of that out. And we've got water loaded here. I've got to send some water in here, some water in top of this zone as well. In fact, maybe what I'll do. Get an opening for that. So, as I was connecting this whole setup down here, I noticed that this pump started to run, causing some damage to this machine. Well, I do want to create a vacuum in here, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put this guy in there so we can start venting out some gas. I'm going to make a change to my heavy watt wire line. We're now going up here and over. Once that's built, we'll get rid of this whole line along here, I guess, to relocate a few transformers. Loading a little bit of water here. It's probably going to be enough. I'll direct some water into this guy while we create a vacuum inside there. Put a bridge right there, and a couple pieces of pipe. That should do the trick. Also loading some water into this reservoir. I think we're also at the point we can seal this up. I think putting some transformers down here would be a pretty decent place. We've got some heavy watt wires, and that's close to this conductive line. But before I open this up, I'm going to actually make this part of a normal floor. And then put some transformers down here. But before I knock this wall over, let's just take care of a little bit of the hydrogen that's accumulated. Over here, I'm putting 2 sets of transformers. I think we can actually take care of this old line. So let's do that right like this. And get rid of that. And hold on, actually, that's... Hold on, we don't want to do that just yet. What I'll get my dupes to do is build a conductive line going just at the top of each of these. I'm going to connect some power. Let's see, we want to start creating a vacuum there. So I'm going to go along like this. We'll go up, visit each of these guys. Then go up and into 1 and 2 of you. And a vacuum created here and 1 down here. Can even start the actual process of turning this guy on. So we can give that a bit of a test. Let's see. Oh, see, we need 1 extra piece of pipe to make that happen. Do a cut right there. Just make sure we're... Oh, no. We want to make sure we want to take the temperature. Oh! Nuts. Okay. All right. I guess we do have to pop in here really quick to get that built. Put 2 new transformers here. So that is connected to... was that just a single transformer? I would say it looks like it. Okay, I guess that is a smaller line, but I can get rid of this guy. And we've got 2 new ones down here. We'll get rid of this. And bring this line over into these 2 guys.
I think this is another spot to easily squeak these guys in. We'll put one here and here. And we'll go in and connect this when we're ready. I think we've got enough water in here, as well as in here. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the steam in here and push it down into here after. Just going to wait for that to become a vacuum. Or actually, I think the main thing is just to have this thing running. Okay, what do we want? If we're above 22 degrees, we can run. I think that's what I did here. 24. Same settings. So now that this is running, I can actually start to finally turn down this setup. How to best do that? Maybe just stop directing water to go through. That might cause a bit of a backup. So maybe I need to make a little bit of an overflow area somewheres. Can design this area such that it takes in some excess liquid. So we're going to go down like this and then out. Like that. Okay, so let's now cut this right there. And that too. So if the liquid can, it's going to go in this way, but if I've got excess, it'll go down here. I might put the opposite system as well, just to top up in case we're ever low. Do that right there. Let's go check on, okay, get rid of some of that excess pipe. Do we have these transformers ready? Okay, it looks like we do. Oh, and that's actually connected. Did I destroy the ones here? I did not. Okay, let's make sure we do that. Take that out, take that out. And just cut that for now. And I guess technically we can get rid of all that. And let's just click on the conductive wire right there. Take that out. Now these two transformers are connected to this line. Oh, and that's these two guys will replace them. Okay, all right, here we go. So if I do that, I can then get rid of both you and you. And what is this transformer all about? Is that trying to provide power to all of this stuff? Well, I should be able to put a transformer maybe somewhere around here for that. In fact, that should definitely be a double transformer. Oops. Make a conductive line to a connection after it's built. Thinking of getting rid of these buildings, but before I do, how about we produce a few more sweaters for future dupes? Going to aim to disconnect this, or at least to get the water to stop going through this zone. Let's do a connection right there. So this will be the last opportunity this aquatuner can do cause any more heat in here. So what I'll do then, currently have that as 122. How was I planning on taking that liquid out? I want to have these guys direct. Better do this as insulated pipes. It's going to direct liquid to go over here. And then into this guy. Let's just do a disconnection here. The only thing is, now that I think about it, we actually have to cause a bit of heat. So maybe I actually shouldn't have done this. At least not yet. I'm gonna reconnect this actually. Let's put that at 20 degrees, so it should start to run once we get some more water. But now I'm gonna get a liquid to stop going down here. Oh, some non-insulated pipes. But this should keep going until the air gets steam gets very thin in here. And when it gets very thin, then I can, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable in dipping down to this zone. And now connect these two. Go down here and disconnect this. And I can get rid of this guy. Then pull back my heavy watt line to here. Once the last few sweaters are created, I can even pull that back and get rid of all of this. I guess I have to wait for these this guy as well to be drained out. So that's not on. Hold on, what's happening? We're getting liquid through. Wow, that's pretty cold liquid. Where is that coming? Oh, that could be from coming down here. Maybe. Okay, I was worried just a second that my whole base was extremely cold. I think that was just the fact that this liquid was coming down here, I think. 10 degrees. Let's also make that a bit higher until this system has a chance to remove all that steam. Oh, I have spotted an extra electrolyzer. Okay, take that out. And looking at some of this wiring, I could definitely do a little bit of a cleanup. In this case, I'll go up like this and over. And then I can get rid of all this. A few pieces up here. And we're rolling in here with a little bit of heat. So now these steam turbines are running, and some liquid water is making its way out here. And we can keep watching this until the pressure goes down and down. I think the hydrogen in here is thin enough. We can actually destroy these two guys. What I can do is actually seal this off so that dupes can't come up here with Atmo suits. And I can open up this area. So I'm going to have a floor that goes along here. Let's just make sure we've got our heavy watt wire line underneath the whole way. So with old excess of suits, let's get rid of these two buildings, along with heavy wire line. We discovered radioactive asteroid field. Love to figure out what that is. Probably just another field, but Probably makes sense to get back, recharge. Making a new rock crusher. This one is going to be dedicated to making table salt. So let's store some salt in this bin. Make that a lower priority task. Here, how are we doing? Okay, under 100, closer to 50 kilograms. Let that keep going. Maybe do a few cleanup things while we're waiting. It's a bit of a mess in this future recreation room, so how about we do a little bit of sweeping? And create some recreational rooms for these buildings up here. Fortunately, this room is too big, maximum size 96. So I'm just going to make the ceiling here instead of here. See what that does. A little bit of overheating here. Okay, let's turn this off. Set that up there. So now that that is set, let's change this back to 24. So now it's this thermal aquatuner's responsibility to keep the base warm. Let's click on this, hit disable. How risky is it to go into this extremely hot area? It's extremely hot, but very thin. You know what might be smart is just dumping a little bit of water before we do this. Maybe that would be a great idea. Let's see. Okay, hold off on that. So we're gonna get some water from our water line. That's gonna go down here and over like this. Can get rid of these two guys. This area here is only gonna get colder, not hotter. Also, let's see, is there going to be any consequence of getting rid of all this? I don't think so, because I don't want this guy to run anymore. Those guys aren't going to be running anymore. So I don't see why I can't just get rid of all that. This, oh right, that's just going to the other area. We don't need that anymore. So that creates a little bit of steam, but it as we get more and more in there, all that steam should turn just to water. Probably not a smart idea to get dupes in here. Oh, that's right, because it's not just dealing with the heat of the steam, but I forgot this slab is extremely hot. Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, that, just let more water get in there. Can get rid of this temporary line that I had. A little bit of decoration here. Let's just check to see if I've got enough. Oh yeah, I've reached the maximum decor. I think the dupes actually consider the decor here, I assume. So we've got that covered. Down here, not so much. We need to improve things here. So this area even has a special sticker, but we can now go into it. Not actually sure what I'm going to do with it. Let's start off getting rid of this. And at some point I can decide what kind of setup or base stuff I want to use this spot for. Let's look at the temperature underneath. It is pretty cold down here. But yeah, this guy's going to be producing some little bit of heat. I don't know if there's really need to insulate or not. Give it a little bit of time, and if too much coldness comes up, we'll deal with that, but we'll see. Never love popping into a vacuum area, but there really is no need for this spot anymore. Actually, down here, maybe we'll just insulate this before I destroy that one. We've got a vacuum here and a vacuum here. Now, one thing I don't want to have happen is gas to go up here and into this zone. So let's shut this down completely. And I'll reconnect this right here. We don't want to change the material. Going to be waiting for this area to get warm enough to get some steam. I don't want the first pieces of steam to be picked up because that could break in pipes. So what I'm going to do is disconnect this for the time being. We have achieved about 40 degrees or so down here. It's pretty warm, but I think it'll be safe for the dupes to go in here. What I'll aim to do is I'll get that cooling line to go through here as well. Because I actually wouldn't mind taking in some heat here. So that we can get these machines running for the first time. Check if I have a recreational room. Oh, we're off by 2, 98. Okay. Easy enough. I'll just take 2 tiles away. That should make this room a recreation room. Thinking of storing some bleach stone right here. So we've got that little area available. We're going to make this just regular tiling across. Open this over here. And I'm going to put a door right here. Allow me to make a decoration item there. And I can get a room up to 96 tiles. It would take me to right there. Though I've got to account for the fact that I've got that little divot from bleach stone. Do this. Probably be waiting a little while before this this turns to steam. Not sure if there's actually any value in giving dupes light in a recreation room, but feel like it's a nice thing to do. My understanding is the lit workspace, or the bonus, only applies to things that have bars. So I guess I'll wait and see if there's actually bars when dupes use these machines, but I don't think so. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal. I've got tons of power. So make sure each one of these has that. I already have a lamp installed here with a sensor for that room. Let's put in a little bit of decoration. What should I do for this? How about use the marble block. Put one here, one here. Wait, I was going to put in some liquid here for my bleach stone. So I'm pretty sure this guy takes some bleach stone if I remember correctly. Requirements Or does it? Maybe it doesn't. Why did I think that this guy took some bleach stone? Okay, maybe we should not be doing this then. I'm gonna get this liquid to start going through here. Just to do a little bit of extra cooling from this zone. Now we've got a recreation room for both the sauna and the hot tub. Putting in some little decorations and drywalling. See what that does for the decor. It wouldn't be a bad idea if we kept cleaning up as well. We might actually move this door right here. And then we'll have another recreation room to the right. Yes, you're excited about it, or the picture anyway. The other thing is, let's make sure we've got our cooling line going through here as much as possible. Because we don't want these machines to overheat. Let's bring a path in. We've got to be careful. What is the... Oh, that's an old thing. We can get rid of that. So make this out of granite. I can convert to conductive piping if I have to later on. Oh yeah, I've disconnected this because water's not hot enough, but I guess we've got to go around in this case. Join up with that. Another jump, need it right here. And a little bit of a spill, so we're doing a bit of a mop-up. Also having a look at a comment from Cedric, which mentions at this point you might want to watch your sand level. Let's see. Maybe I'll bring that into perspective. Where are we on sand? 265. So to try to minimize the use of that, what I'm doing is I'm having my polluted water for my carbon skimmers. I was sending that down to be converted over actually. So now I'm having it brought up to here. And the idea is, as much as possible, my polluted water is being used by these growing plants rather than being treated. So hopefully I'll slow down my sand consumption rather than having this guy converted to water, because water is not going to be a problem. In fact, let's look at our water supply. 6,000 per tile in there. Still tons that we're consuming here. We're not adding any new water here, but we've got lots to use for a good while. I see this geyser is active, so that means I actually never did any testing to see if this works. So we've got water going through here. It's currently green, and why are these machines? This one needs to be empty. That's okay, but why are the other ones? Oh, right. That's right. Oh no. Oh, it's a buffer. It's a filter. Now I should see them go on. There we go. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's right, because what will happen is this water is going to go into here, make its way around, make sure it's good and warm. Here's the current temperature, 40 degrees. And then when it is, those machines will run. And as this temperature goes up and up, it's probably going to be less and less of an issue. And let's also, since we're checking on things, let's check on these guys. fine here. What about this liquid? This liquid's still not frozen, but it's getting there. Put a conductive pipe right there. These guys are fine. -3 here. Okay, so we're sleet. It's a little on the warm side up here. Maybe I should add a few conductive pipes. Maybe one here, one there, and one there, just to help out just a little bit. So now we've got our cooling line going through here, so we can get rid of this pipe. As well as over here. And we're going to put in the next building for a recreational room. Surfboards. Oh, did we snap something we weren't supposed to? Looks like it. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Hold on, dupes. There we go. Reconnect this line. And doing it a little bit of a mop up. Oh no. Gonna mix some liquid in here. That shouldn't be the end of the world. First pieces of steam make its way in. It's a little bit more to go though, but good. That's looking good. Get this pipe repaired so we can get this cooling line running once more. Let's get rid of this line that's sitting right there. This might be a perfect place to store water from the mechanical surfboards. So we're going to put in 2. Put them in side by side just like that. That's going to be quite wet, so create some mesh tile for water to fall down. If I'm going to seal that off, how about we move that out of the way. I'm going to build a pump down here to take some water and send it into these 2 guys. Oops. There we go. So we'll go right in the middle of these 2. Connect a pipe here. Cross like this. Now we got to give this all some power. Connect into this line. For that. Give the dupes some lights they can see as they're having some fun on the water. And now let's just add some decoration. Maybe marble block on either side. Oh, we put in some beach chairs next to this. The sun lamp dupes that are used in this area. Another beach chair over here. Just some carpeted tiles. Now this is definitely some area where we want to have the dupe sensor sitting there. Put one on either side. Like that. Will also have to be, this is a big consumer of power. So I've got a separate double transformer here on this line. Just got 2 lights here. This is going to provide power to this guy. Most of this has turned to steam. We're at about 100 degrees. I've got this guy here not running until it gets to 200. Everything's in steel here, so nothing should take damage till 275. I do not want to start to run this just yet. I'm probably going to wait till at least 150 or so. Maybe even higher. But this guy is closed. Currently, we've got 30 degrees. That's going to slowly raise. Oh! Nuts! I forgot I built this. I meant to make that like this. Okay. What's the best way to do this? Maybe if I could pop into this room, I could either recreate the vacuum or actually maybe there's a safe way. Fortunately, that's going to drop all my water. If I do this first. I have a little spot here to dip down. Build that first, but I think I can get my dupes in here. Oh, but if they're breathing out, they'll still breathe a little bit of carbon dioxide, but you know what? Let's just enable this. We'll be fine. Right, at this new bottle emptier, we're going to bottle anything that can turn to water. So we've got some brine, some salt water, water, all that. I'll say, for now, we'll just do sweep only. I won't make it a priority thing, but in time, dupes can send all these water bottles and everything else down there. We can create 2 tiles right here. I'll go over and make this repair. Okay, proceed with caution. Going to destroy these 2 tiles. We're going to go in here and make this very quick. No, there is no real great way to do that, is there? Because we're going to get steam flowing back. How much is the question? Ooh. Okay, let's just watch to see what happens. Eek. So opening that. Take that out. And the dudes probably have to stand there to build. Picking up some steel, throwing it in there. Okay, here we go. How much steam is going to blow in their face? Oh, doesn't look so bad. Okay, we can live with that. I'll wait for the next one to be changed out as well. Still have a vacuum. That may not necessarily be the case, but by the time we're done. Let's move this out here. Okay. So we've got some water in here, but I think if I flip this on and then off, we get a vacuum in there. Perfect. So when this water is hot enough, this will open up like that. What temperature are we aiming for? Let's make sure we seal this off. 37.
Okay, let's say if you are below 37, try 45. See where we get with that. So right now the temperature is in fact below 45, right? So that, oh no, we need the opposite. If it's above 45, close the door. Okay, so right now, yeah, it's not above 45, so door's closed, which means this is interacting with this, which is interacting with this, which is ultimately interacting with this, taking the temperature up. Good. Eventually, I'll allow this to flow through. In fact, actually, what I'll do, for the time being, I'll just get this to go through, and I'll connect this when this is actually warming up. You found a way around. Okay, there we go. It might just help the temperature exchange between here and here. Let's look at our decor levels. Looks like we are maximum level. I'm going to close this room off here. I think that's going to be it for today. We've done quite a bit. Got some new recreation rooms. So we've got beach chairs, we've got mechanical surfboards, we've got saunas, we've got a hot tub, and this wind tunnel. Well, we may not strictly need it decoration-wise, but I figured, why not? We'll do either aquatic or rainy. I think aquatic. This in here. Make it look really nice. Open this door. Now the dupes aren't using their these so much. So how about we give them a little bit of downtime so we can test to see how these rooms work. Oh, that's weird. There we go. We'll see if 4 hours is enough time for the dupes to use some of these machines. Scrubber, let's move you down here. My rocket has landed again. So now I've got, let's see, a true signal here. Send a green signal when the rocket is on the platform. No, I guess I wanted to, I've got this in the wrong spot then. What I want to actually have you up here. And in certain cases, want to be told when that rocket is charged up and ready to go. It is time for another dupe. This is the 17th dupe. Call them Zookeeper with their interest in ranching, but they also have interest in research, suit wearing, and are a Grease Monkey and Handy. Let's, before I forget, put them on a schedule. Down here. Start off a new one for them. Let's make sure we've got a cot. Build 2 more cots for future dupes. Got a table for them as well. And Chef is taking some time off to enjoy the fake sun. Just put in that, and I double check that you're still a recreation. Okay, you are. Why are you not? No industrial machinery. What machinery is in there? Is it you? Maybe, let's see. Take that out and see what happens. Maybe that's considered a machinery? Oh, it is. Okay. All right, whatever. All right, fair enough. I will do a little bit of cleanup, and that is that's going to be it for today. So yeah, the dupes have more places to relax. I think when I come back next time, we're going to put some bedrooms together. There might be some other projects to do as well. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you next time, where we continue advancing this base. Till then. Oh, right, and we have not actually turned on this. I'm not comfortable with that yet. Let's check the temperature here. 40 degrees, so I am comfortable with this. So let's bring a connection in here and here. So we should get our first tub usage soon. We'll have to wait for next episode to get the saunas going. All right, till next time.